Hello. Just about a minute early, going to check my sound, and we'll get started here in a minute. So if you come on and you're on YouTube and you can hear me, if you will, give me a thumbs up or let me know if the sound is okay, and I'll get started in just a minute. Hello, good evening. Hey Pam, how's the sound? If you could let me know. Just waiting just a minute. I haven't done, I think I've done one YouTube live here in the Missouri. Hey Patty, here in the Missouri studio. And so it's a little different. I was having a little bit of delay. So, okay, great. Thank you, Pam. Um, so if it does that, just try to bear with me and we'll get through this. I'm going to be making a fun fold card tonight. But first, I'm going to talk about my Attitude of Gratitude promotion and show you some beautiful cards that I have received recently. So come on in, say hello. If you're here, if it's your first time watching, thank you so much for being here. And I'm excited to be sharing with you again. Hi, Opal from Alabama. Thank you so much for tuning in. Well, there we go. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I think everything's working okay. We're going to give this a try and see how it works. I have 3 devices going, so I know that really taxes my Wi-Fi. It's a good Wi-Fi, but I'm kind of far from it. So let's see how it goes, okay? So welcome. I'm Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for almost 16 years now. Love what I do, love paper crafting and card making, and especially love sharing it. So, hi, Diana. Okay, all right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to talk about, first of all, my attitude of gratitude, because most of you know that I lost my sweet dad here recently, and for about 4 months. Hey, Cindy. The business was kind of running on its own. And so I appreciate all of you who have supported me and kept me going through this time. But one of the last words my dad said to me was, enjoy your life and live it to the fullest. And by golly, I'm going to do that. So here we are. Hi, Adrian. So here we are. And because I'm so grateful for all of you, so very grateful, I'm doing this Attitude of Gratitude promotion where if you purchase a minimum of $100 in product from my online store before shipping and tax, and of course it's celebration right now, so you would also get to choose either one $100 level 2 item or 2 level 1 items. And then I'll also send you a mystery gift pack from my personal collection stash that, some of it's used, of course, because I have stamp sets and bundles and paper and all kinds of things that I would love to share with you as a thank you, because, it's like we never can have enough, right? So anyway, I have had a lot of fun starting to compile these. I've had some people take advantage of it, and it's while my supply lasts. And all I ask of you is to PayPal me the $8.50 for the priority shipping to you. But you'll get a package stuffed full of goodies, okay? And I don't think you'll be disappointed, okay? And I just want to share the love and thank you so much for hanging in here with me, okay? So that is my Attitude of Gratitude promotion. And if you have any questions about it, just let me know. Okay. Now, let me show you some beautiful cards. that I have received. I keep finding stacks of them that I've saved recently. And let's see, let me adjust my camera just a bit. Okay, first of all, I have this one. This is from Diana, and Diana's with us tonight. She so sweet. She's one of my team members, and she's so sweet to send cards to me all the time. And this one says, "You're on my mind," and it's that beautiful. Now I can't remember the name of this paper, Diana. So if you want to pop it in there, that's fine. And it's a birthday card. Okay. So I love the color, and it's just so pretty. Such a pretty design with these die cut vellum and white little foliage pieces there. Okay. All right. Next, we have this one from another one of my team members, Cindy, and Cindy's here tonight. Look at the color on this. Okay, that is just gorgeous. So I promised myself I was going to remember the name of that stamp, and now I can't remember, Cindy. Oh, Nature's Prints. This is from Nature's Prints, and it's on vellum. Okay, on vellum. Cindy, did you heat set that? Did you heat set the vellum to keep it from smearing? And then this is from Amazing Silhouettes that carried over from the mini. And I love how she stamped on the ribbon. And this is a birthday card, and she and her husband always sign my cards. He's so sweet to do that. You didn't heat set it. Okay. Okay. The paper here, Diana, is pretty prints. Okay. Pretty prints on that one. All right. So I just love this card, and I love the linen thread that gathers it. That's a great technique. Very beautiful. Okay. Love that. Thank you, Cindy and Michael. Okay, this next one is a card I received from someone in Hawaii that sent, remember when I did that crafting for Carlos promotion, and I was gave the profits from my June sales to a family whose 16-year-old son was diagnosed with a form of lymphoma, and he had been in the hospital for months, and the family needed some help, so I did what I could, and this was a donation sent by someone in Hawaii. Very sweet note. It's from Judy, and she sent me this card along with it. Isn't that beautiful? I love the glimmer paper peeking out from behind this paper. Now this is squared. I forget what this was called, but remember that was from last mini, I believe, or last annual catalog. And Sending You Sunshine. So pretty. And look at the square that's angled like a diamond, and that's vellum behind that square piece. Cool idea. Thank you, Judy. All right, this is a sympathy card from one of my club members in Texas, Melinda, and it's a paper pumpkin design. Isn't that pretty? I love that landscape. Look at those colors. This was a great kit. Great kit. All right, thank you, Melinda. This one is from my dear friend Susan Lavasser, lives near New Orleans, and she sent me this sympathy card, and it's a square fun fold. Look at this. Isn't that pretty with the butterflies? And I love the square shape. So pretty. I might have to try this particular fun fold too. Love that. Thank you to Susan. This is another one from Diana. It is using that new embossing folder. It is just a sympathy card that I received, and look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, those leaves? Oh my goodness. I love it on the vanilla. You know, I was thinking about using that folder on foil, but look how pretty it is on the vanilla. So pretty. I'm going to move my host code out of the way. Let me see. There we go. Okay, so thank you, Diana. That's beautiful. I was showing Jack, and he was impressed. He goes, "Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous." I know, Patty Wright. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. This one is from another one of my team members, Connie. It's a birthday card, and it's a gate fun fold with a belly band. And I want to show you how she wrote my birthday message. She made another little card, a little 3x3 square, and wrote the message on the back, on the inside of that card. And then she just hung it right there on the back with the belly band. Isn't that a great idea? Thank you, Diana. I'll tell you said that. Okay, so here is, I'm going to slip this off now. So pretty with that. That's that in color, in glimmer paper. It's called specialty paper, but you know, it's got that ombre look. Look how beautiful that is. And then here, isn't that lovely? And so we're making one very similar to this tonight. Okay, very similar. Mine doesn't have a belly band though. That is a great idea. Okay, and I have one more card to share, and then we'll get on with the project. Right here, this is, look, using the hydrangea bundle. Very pretty. This is from Diane Pasco. She's another one of my team members. It's a sympathy card, and it's just beautiful in that soft, soft color. Okay, I don't even know what color this is. Does anybody know? Is that balmy blue maybe? It's beautiful. Okay, love it. And she's got Week of Stella over the hydrangea there. Okay, yes, it's beautiful. Okay, so those are my cards that I've received recently. And so now we're going to get on with our project for tonight. So I decided to just do one card so that I could take my time, explain the steps maybe a little more, and show you another sample of the same design. Okay. All right. I'm going to flip you to just my desktop. There we go. All right. So we're going to be working with this Happier Than Happy bundle. This is in the annual catalog. I love this little bear, y'all. He is just the cutest. Look at his little smirk. My Mia does that smirk like that. Oh, y'all, Mia had Meet the Teacher for kindergarten today. She was so excited. So anyway, these are cute little animals, easy to stamp, just a solid image, okay? And it's got some great die cuts in it. I love this for kids, and I think it's a great set for fall too. And look, you even have Hello Baby right there. And you know what? I forgot to mount my stamps, so I'm going to do that while I'm sitting here talking to you. So I'm going to need the bear and the Hello Baby. Let me go ahead and mount those. So anyway, this particular stamp set and bundle, I worked with this in early July. Okay, and I'm just now having a chance to share, but I was glad I had it done because if you've been following me, you know that we drove back to our place, our kind of like vacation home in Missouri, and so it's a lot of moving and unpacking every time we do that. And it's like, am I going to be able to do my live tonight? And yes. Oh, thank you, Patty. I love it. And the paper, okay? And I'm showing you how to make the most of one of the prints of this paper. So let me get the catalog in here and show you. So this is the Happy Forest Friends Designer Series paper, okay? And it's got little scenes on some of the prints and some of the little animals on some of them, and it's just great. And the flip side is a very generic print that you can use with almost anything, which I love how Stampin' Up! Does that. Okay, so let's do that and show you the card. So here's the card we're going to make. Okay, isn't that cute? All right, and I used the designer paper. I cut it so that it could be used as the background for my other images and die cut pieces. Okay, so let's get started. I think I'm going to pull my chair up and have a seat with y'all. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is work on the base the back here, okay? So I'm using Mossy Meadow, and it's cut at, let me get all these other pieces out of the way, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, it's a quarter sheet of cardstock. All right, and the first thing we're going to do here is take 2 pieces of that designer paper, and I chose a very just a neutral print. Okay, just something like on the back it has a lot of characters, but I didn't want anything too busy on this particular piece. So these 2 are the thinnest strips of designer paper that we're using, and it's cut 3/4 by 5 1/4. So it's a very narrow strip to go on each side, but it goes almost all the way down. This is 5 1/2, and this is 5 1/4. You know, the usual, like we usually do. Okay, sometimes we cut in 8ths. Okay, so now we're going to put these 2 strips where you've got the same distance, top, bottom, or close to it. We're not going to stress about it because this is card making supposed to be fun, not stressful. And we're going to adhere that to that card base. Thank you. Thanks, Karen and Adrian. Okay, so let me get some adhesive. I think I'm going to use liquid glue so I can have a little wiggle room. So while I'm getting started, don't forget, be sure that you are signed up for my email list. In the next day or so, my list is going to be getting the first notice of my Christmas card series that is starting very soon. And I think you're going to enjoy it. And going to have all that information. It'll go out to the email list first, and then I will post it on my blog and Facebook and other social media. Okay, so you see there we have that. And then we have a piece of a light neutral. So if you're using a base, or your designer paper has very vanilla as the light neutral, then that's what you would use here. But the background on the designer paper is a white, basic white. Okay, so I cut this 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to glue that right down in the middle. And this is where you would write your message, okay? It's not a very big space, but sometimes you don't need a big space, right? So Jackie is fishing. When I told him I was going to do my live, he goes, I guess you want me to get out of your hair, huh? I said, no, you're fine. I mean, sometimes he comes in here, but he knows when I'm recording. He can tell in the tone of my voice, I think, because I might clear my throat or something so that he knows, you know, it's funny. All right, so there's the back. That's the base, and I'm going to set that aside. And now we're going to do the meat of the card, okay, so to speak. This is the part. I saw a little smudge on the other side. I'm going to use this side, I think. 5 1/2 by 8, and we're going to score it at 1 1/2, 2 3/4, 5 1/4, and 6 1/2. Now, I got this design from my friend Sue Campfield, and I loved the fun fold, and I said, I'm going to have to try it. So here we go. I'm going to put this at the top of my Simply Scored, put this to the side, so I'll have my measurements there. Okay, and with the Simply Scored, you know that there's a small ball tip in and a larger one. The small one is for cardstock because it's thicker and it can take the oomph, okay? The larger one is like if you're using a lighter weight paper, like our designer paper. This might, because it's such a small little ball, it might cut through the designer paper. Okay, that's just a little tip. All right, let's go 1 1/2. I'm going to take my bracelet off, I think. It's going to be clanging. 2 3/4. 5 1/4. And 6 1/2. Okay, that looks right. Let me take my bracelet off, y'all. Okay. Okay, so let's do that. We'll move this out of the way. And as usual, what do we always do when we make some score lines? We have to burnish with the bone folder, right? Okay, so let's do this. So it's going to like accordion fold in where you have these two pieces in the front like that, okay? So let me get this. All right, so there's the fun fold part, okay? And now we're going to embellish with our designer paper strips. So the next designer paper are two pieces cut at 1 by 5 1/4, okay? And those are going to go on these inside panels, what I call the inside panels right there, okay? You know, I put this paper on the wrong one, y'all, but it's okay. Y'all probably knew, huh? This white should be here, okay? I'm gonna cut another piece before I forget. Oops, it happens. Let's see. And this is where you would write your message. I'm going to leave that there and not sweat it, okay? So let me take this and cut it 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So here we go, 5 1/4. Did y'all know I was messing that up? You didn't say anything. There goes Lisa. Oops. 2 1/4. And it'll be okay. I'll send it to one of my granddaughters. They'll love it. Okay, so there we go with that. That's the 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go here. Okay. I wonder if this. No, I'm not going to pull it off. I'm not going to sweat it. You know that this is not supposed to be here, okay? Okay, let me see. Let me get over here. Oh, Diane, I'm telling you, it's like, oh yeah, I know when I've got all my papers, but I have that piece of white I cut at the last minute, and I put it in the wrong stack. So, let me make sure I'm doing this right now. Yeah. This goes here. There we go. Okay. And then these two, 1 by 5 1/4, are going to go here on these inside panels. Now, what I started to say a while ago before I realized it was an oops is if you want to check and make sure there is no directionality in your paper, okay? Thanks for joining in on the oops group. I think we all have them. I mean, really, what I should do is start over, but I'm not going to do that to y'all. It's okay. And if I thought it wouldn't show, I would just pull it off. But you know what? It's not going to show, so I'm going to pull it off. Okay? And I should do it before. It gets too stiff. Oh, y'all hold your breath. It's going to tear off the layer, but I'll be happier with it. This is going to glue over top. So this is what not to do. Okay. But I'm going to be happier with it with this white not there. Okay? So, whew, that's going to work. See, this is going to glue right here. Ta-da! Okay, now I feel better. Okay, so Adrian, I'm sorry if it froze. Is it freezing for anyone else? I'm showing that it's okay, but you know, who knows? Adrian, maybe refresh your screen because I have that I'm still going. Okay, so far so good. I'm sorry, Adrian. Okay, so now that's like that. Okay, and then we have one more strip of designer paper. There's my oops. 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. This goes on the far right panel, and I put here, check the direction of your pattern. So this one, you see the little foliage pieces. Okay, great, good. To me, that's upside down. Okay, it would probably be fine, but that's what you want to check before you glue. Now, I do usually do that. I seldom forget to check directionality. I know that's just a thing. That that other, oops, I don't know what. I don't know. Okay, so centering that there with it, you know, try to have equidistant around all the edges. Okay, that's 5 1/4 long, 1 1/4 wide. So here we go. Okay, like that. Okay, and then let's see. We're going to go ahead and glue this to this back so that I'll quit looking at that mess right there. And I'm going to use liquid glue. And so what I have to say, point out on this particular step of the card is that you want to try to center this, you know, hold that close and center it as much as you can where the same amount of designer paper is showing on each side. But you want to try to get it flush with the bottom so that it will stand really pretty, okay? If it extends a little above the top, no problem, it's okay. All right, so I'm gonna put this down here. Come down where it's flush with the bottom. I'm looking, I can see that right here that it's even with the bottom. And okay, let me give it a good press. Okay, yay, covered up the boo-boo. All right, so there we have that. And now we're gonna do the panel that has all the fun stuff on it, okay? This is the actual fun fold. So I chose the designer paper that has like a scene, you know, it has the trees and the little foliage and mushrooms at the bottom. This is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I put a note to myself, decorate before, and I left off the E. I was in a hurry. Decorate before adhering, okay? So, and this is 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to glue this to the left side. So that's going to go here. And again, it's important that the bottom is flush, even if it extends a little bit above the top, no worries. So we're going to put that on, and it's going to glue adhere just to this panel here. Don't glue it over here because then your card won't open, okay? So let me see. I'm going to use the braid and use Stampin' Silk Plus. It's a new one, so let me get it going. So I'm going to put this here, and then we will embellish the designer paper that's going to go over the top. So now I'm going to close it. I am lining up the bottom and centering it, okay? And Let's give it a go. Oops. I'm trying to be really careful with it so I don't. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so that works. Look at that neat fold. Isn't that cool? All right, so that's glued just to that left panel. Okay, and this won't meet all the way. This back folded piece will not go to the edge of this panel. Don't worry about that, okay? Thank you, Diana. I thought it was really cool. I love it. Okay, so now, get all these papers out of the way. And we're going to do some stamping and die cutting. So, let's see. I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper. I'm going to use one of these. This is my little pad for my stamp apparatus. Okay. Okay, again, that's 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to take a piece of basic white. I said scrap. Just cut a bit large enough piece where you have room to put the die, okay, around your image. I've done that, not giving myself time to go through my scrap drawer and not find, you know, not find that I don't have enough room. Okay, so this is soft suede, and this is gosh, what's it called? It's got some etchings on it that give it a variation in shading. Now I'm going to get my rag here because I got a little enthusiastic with that soft suede. And I'm going to get clean all around there. And I have plenty of basic white, so if I don't get it right, I can stamp it again. Okay, so now, let's do this. I think I'm going to put it up and down. I like to run the dies through this way to make sure this is that's 4 inches. I'm going to cut this a little down because I'm going to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I want it to fit. Yeah, that should work. So I cut it at 3 1/2 wide, okay? So it would roll through there. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp. And if you're new to stamping, you don't want to rock your stamp, okay, when you're pressing it down. Great, Diana, I hope you do. Share it. Yeah, if you do try this fold, go over to the Ink and Inspiration Stampers group on Facebook, if you're on Facebook. So we can share. Okay. Oh, I did crumb cake. That'll be okay though. I meant to do soft suede, but I did crumb cake. It's okay. Let me see. Where's my paper? See, I got to talking. This is why I only did one project tonight. I'm going to cut this at 3 1/2. It's okay. Y'all are seeing the real deal. This is me, like I'm just creating. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so, but I'm going to save that little bear because he's super cute. And I'll use him on something else. Okay, let me clean this off. Lisa, get the soft suede. I don't even know what I need. I mean, I don't even know what I need the crumb cake for. Soft suede. This goes better. This is the color in the designer paper. I hope y'all try this. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Now let's do it. Okay? Let's try. All right. That's a little dark. Is he okay? This is a super juicy. I'm going to go with it. It's okay. He's a dark brown now. Okay, and then what else do I need? I've already die cut the owl, and he's in, is that crumb cake? I'm not sure. Let me look at that. That's in Sahara Sand. He's in Sahara Sand. I already die cut him. And then there are these little leaves that I've got 2 of. Okay, I've already die cut those out of Mossy Meadow. And all these dies are in the die set. And then in a minute, I'm going to cut this tree out of Mossy Meadow. So let's get going here. Let's get the mini boss in here. And our plate number 1 and number 2 cutting pad, the bear, the die. Okay, I'm going to use some Post-it tape to hold that secure when I run it through. Do y'all use the magnetic? Well, we don't have the magnetic for this yet, right? I've been so out of touch, y'all. I don't know a lot of what's available, but I just like to use a Post-it, or when I discovered this Post-it tape, I mean, you can use that piece over and over, and you could probably get it at a big box or an office store, but it's just easier for me to order off of Amazon out here, especially Missouri, because we have to travel a long way to. So he looks cute. I like him. He's got a dark part of his coat right there, but I think he's cool looking. So we're going to go with him. And then I'll put that scrap there. And now I'm going to get a scrap piece of Mossy Meadow. Put that here. And where is the tree die? It's right here. Now this, since it's just a die cut and not cutting out a stamped image, I don't have to tape it down. I have to say, when you're recording and you're looking for something, something can be right in front of your nose and you don't see it. I was just getting ready to ask, where's my other cutting plate? And it was right there on the mini boss. Okay, so look, here's this little tree. Isn't that cute? That would even be good for a Christmas card. Have a bunch of those, like a little forest. And y'all, I cannot wait to use the puff paint. I saw our CEO, Sarah, use it this week, and how fun. Have y'all seen the puff paint? Super fun. Okay, so now I have all my pieces except for my stamp. And I'm using Calypso Coral to stamp. I don't want it to say hello baby. I want it to just say hello. So this is what I'm going to do. Pick this up. Stamp it. Then I'm going to take my paper snips. Let's get this out of the way before I have a disaster. And cut, and cut, and I'm just going to trim it down some. I don't want all that extra. And y'all, when you do this kind of technique, when you're cutting out, it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, I think it almost looks better if it's not perfectly straight. It kind of gives it a whimsy look. Okay. All right, let's start building this scene up. Okay. So this guy is going to be popped up on dimensionals. All right. And this little hello is going to be here on his palm. So I know I want him about there. So before you glue anything down, place all of your elements. Okay, that the owl's going to be right there on the tree. We're going to act like there's a little limb right there, but that's why I put the leaves. And then this tree is going to go behind the bear, and it can extend off of the designer paper because your edge of your card is not there. You see that? So it can extend, and it gives it a fun look too. Okay, so let's go ahead and start gluing what's not going to be popped up on dimensional. So I'm going to do the tree first, and I'm just using a little liquid glue. Oh, come on, Lisa. There we go. Okay. That's going to slip right there. And come up a little closer to his head. There we go. All right, let's put the owl on. So what I'm going to do when I glue this owl on, when I know that I have pieces that are going to go underneath it, I leave the bottom without adhesive. Okay, so let's put this on. And then right there. Like that. And then I'm going to take, and you can put a little, because it's going to be hidden underneath, put a little on the front and the back, and then you just lift it up and glue it down. And that glue on the leaf helps hold down that the owl, the bottom part of the owl too. So just a little at the top and on the back, front and back of the leaf, because it's going behind another element, and press down. See? All right, so now we've got the pieces glued down. So now we're going to apply this dimensionals. So this guy here, let me get my dimensionals. And I've got the mini Stampin' dimensionals, a few left on that old piece, and then the regular size. So let's go ahead and, yeah, hidden in plain sight. Yep, it happens to me all the time. So I was doing some cleaning in the Texas studio, and it's like, oh, Jackie goes, oh, what's this? Look what I found, a kangaroo. And I went, I have been looking for that guy for ages. And you know how when things on the floor, and if you have a pattern on your floor, it's like, oh, I'm glad it was there and not lost in space. I mean, just... Okay, so he's coming down like this, walking along the forest floor there, and then we're going to take the hello, and then on this. Okay, so you see this arm is extended a little up because of the dimensional, right? So if I just put a dimensional here and a dimensional here, it's going to be angled when it's adhered on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this is small enough and take a mini dimensional and put it on this right side behind the hello. Okay, because that's going to be down there, and then no dimensional here, but just a little glue. And then it'll be even instead of angled because you know, it's part of it's on the arm. And part of it is like has to go dimensional. So it's, you know what I mean. Hello. Cute little guys. Isn't that cute? Okay, so then I went through my gems and I found this gem of a package, and it has these mossy meadow faceted gems in this collection. I mean, it was perfect. So let's use some of those. Okay. Put something in the comment below if you have crafted today. Put something in the comments and say I have, or put a smiley face or some kind of emoji. Let me know if you've crafted today. Because, oh, I mean, this has just made me feel so good doing this here with you all. Oh my goodness. Oh. It's hard, you know, but we go on. And I can't tell y'all how many times I thought, oh, I need to go calm my down. I guess that will go on for a while. Okay, so there is that. Thank you, Adrian. Okay, so let's now let's put this baby on top. There we go. Okay, so this I'm going to use, and it's just going to center on that front, okay? I love using designer paper to help with a scene. It is so fun and really adds to the background. I mean, it makes it so easy. I'm going to show you another card I made with this bundle in just a minute where I did the same thing. I mean, it basically looks like the same card, but it's not, and it's easy. Okay, look guys, isn't that cute? I don't even know what it's called, but it's okay. It's a freestanding fold. It doesn't matter. It's a fun fold, right? Oh, yay, you crafted, yay. Okay, so yes, and it's fun. Once you get it down, I don't know. I thought I had it down, and look, I messed it up, but I fixed it. Okay, so there that is, and it will fit in a standard size envelope, okay? And let me show you the other one I did with the background. Look at this. It's another part of that pattern. I think it's the same pattern. I'm not sure. It might be different, but look, it's from that paper. The owl is already there. The fox is there. Mountains, trees, mushrooms in the background. And I just covered the whole card front with that piece of designer paper. And I added Mr. Bear here. I cut out thanks. I used some twine, Sahara sand twine, and I stamped and die cut the butterfly, and I popped that up on dimensional, see? And created that little scene. Okay? So, I mean, it kind of looks the same, but I mean, you know, it's cute. If it's cute, go for it, right? Okay, so now let me show you. I made another card like this with one of our celebration choices, and I don't even know if the hippo dies are still available, but if they're not, you could still make this card with the hippo stamp set. Look, you're always on point. Ta-da! Isn't that cute? So what I did here, I've got one of those deckled, is that what it is? Rectangle dies, you know, in basic white. I've got some of the in color twine that I just wrapped around. I die cut 2 of the flowers that were in that Hippos die set, that you could, you know, punch flowers or fussy cut some out. I stamped the hippo on crumb cake in black, and just I stamped, see her skirt? I stamped the whole hippo, and then I fussy cut the skirt and then glued it on top of the hippo. Okay, so isn't that fun? I mean, it just, you could make all kinds of cards with this fun fold. Okay, all right, so that's just another example. And I started another one, but I didn't finish it. And so maybe I'll have that to show you at another time. And I will also have some more of this Happier Than Happy. So there is our card for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me see if I can. And who's going to give it a try? Who's going to give this fold a try? Let me know in the comments. Or who's already tried this, right? I mean, I've seen several of them, but, it's just doing it. And once you do it, it's like, oh, that makes card sending and, receiving them. It just makes it so much fun for them. And you can make somebody's day. Okay, great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just want to remind you again about my Attitude of Gratitude special. Okay, place a $100 order from my Stampin' Up! Online store before shipping and tax, and I'm going to send you a mystery gift pack worth $100 of lots of fun stuff. And the only thing you pay is your $8.50 shipping, and I will send you a PayPal request for that. So anyway, if you have any questions about that, let me know. Remember, celebration just ends at the end of August. So if there's something you want, you better get it. And so I'm not sure. I know the tree lot dies, those are sold out. The cards and envelopes, those are sold out. And we were told recently that the hippo dies, if they're not sold out yet, they will be soon. So don't wait, okay, if you're wanting those or plan to get them. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you again soon. I hope to see you next Thursday. Be sure you sign up for my mailing list. You can go to inkandinspirations.com and fill out the little form so that you don't miss anything from me, and we can connect that way. And I'll talk to you again soon. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.